what we don't realize about mental health and why we should pay attention to it and why it's so important is in our country, and I'm sure it's the same in the States, it's the biggest cost to our economy. It's the highest cost in terms of a health issue because of lack of work productivity. I do a lot of work in the workplace mental health. All evidence shows that if someone is suffering a mental disorder in the workplace, if he or she leaves the job without treatment, without recognition of what they're suffering, they'll never come back to work. They'll be disabled, and they won't ever find the courage to go back because of the mental illness. If, on the other hand, the managers, the people who are working with, instead of finding these people irritating and non-functioning or whatever, if they help them get help, if they do the research, find out who they can talk to, encourage them, then they'll stay and they'll be the best workers because they will be so grateful that they weren't kicked out, that they are included. But the real thing is economically. In our country, it was, we're small, so it was 14 billion was the cost. That's 10 years ago. 5 years ago, it was 50 billion, the cost to our economy of mental illness. And now it's up at 100 million. We're just climbing because it's getting bigger and bigger. And one of the reasons, and you have it in your country as well, and we have it in a small way in our country because we as well have soldiers who have gone to war and have gone to Afghanistan, have gone to Iraq, have gone to Bosnia, and have seen things that they cannot unsee. Have done things that they cannot undo under the command of and being a soldier. They come home to real life, and it's called PTSD, it's post-traumatic stress syndrome, and it's real. And we have so many, and I'm sure you have in America as well, soldiers who have gone home to their small towns or their big cities and just been so lost because of the horror of war that they've seen. And I don't know about other mothers, but I did not raise my children. I made it so lovely for them as children, as best as I could, as most do. We didn't ever talk about war and death and horror, and they didn't see images of bodies and death. That wasn't the way I raised them. And then to think of us sending these darlings over to a world that isn't ours. It isn't ours. And they don't understand it, and it's not their culture, and it's not their practices, but their witnesses. It's post-traumatic stress is a huge issue and one we have to address. I think in our country, it's safe to say the veterans are suffering the most.